You're muted, Tom.
We're tWoTcast episode 327. Where the fuck is Jono?
I don't know.
Start the joke.
All right, everyone, shut the fuck up.
Wheel of Time. Reread podcast. Explicit and R freaking rated. John is the wild card, always talking shit. Joe's the straight man. He's a total dick. Tom calls in if he's not too busy. We are tWoTcast!
Oh, okay. You're reviewing tWoTcast, the Wheel of Time reread podcast. Now covering whatever we want. That's not true. It's loosely based on the Wheel of Time. This is about as deeply based on the Wheel of Time.
Yeah, I know. I just don't feel like changing that intro part every time. It just covers everything.
You realize Joe's goal is just to fuck us up when it comes to
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
With me as always, Jono,
Jono.
Joe,
Oh, hey, Tom.
and I'm Tom. Study your math.
Boys. Tom, that was a perfect intro.
Except for the mute part.
Also, you said, I don't even know what number you said. It might have been right, but you were like, I was like, no. Maybe that was 327. I don't know.
7.
Good.
Well, what show is this?
We are tWoTcast, I think. I think that's what it is.
No number to it?
No, just we are
Ooh.
tWoTcast.
No, then fuck studying your math. There's no numbers, you dumbass.
Yeah, there's no numbers. Tom.
327.
That's for
That's
you to
it.
know. Why are you telling me to study?
Covering. Are we? Do you just want to jump into it?
It's too small. C.
Oh man. I did want to talk about Andrew's tweet. If he and Taffy Bennington with the intro and the outro songs are the bread to our sandwich, what he wants to know what parts we are. I mean, Jono answered him, but I want to hear
I
yours.
answered.
Yeah. Actually, Tom answered. Yeah, Tom just said he's the cigarettes,
Right, that's right. Oh,
which
okay.
is not the best part of the sandwich.
No. That's like the chef hated you and just put a cigarette out on it.
No, that's
Just
the best
close
part.
the sandwich.
It's the best part of the sandwich. Stop talking about cigarettes. I'm going to get up and go have one.
Jesus. This, kids, is what addiction looks like. Did you say cigarettes? Oh. Yeah, that's good for you.
I feel like
Yeah.
the intro sums it up pretty well, you know? Like,
Yeah.
So
Jono's a wild card, so he's like a Joker card just jammed into a sandwich for some reason, right?
It's also flavorful.
So the bread is music, and then
And
Yeah.
I'm a total dick, so
Yeah,
like
I
there's
mean,
obviously it's a penis sandwich with
it's
a
just
wild card in there. And,
ambiguous bullshit. Like I don't need any of that.
But all proceeds go to firefighters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About right.
So we're covering the Wheel of Time companion.
The Wheel of Time companion, a lore deep dive, Tom.
What if?
Woo!
Oh yes, spoiler warning. I guess I don't know.
For
if,
everything.
I mean, I wasn't quite to that point yet, but we'll get there.
I mean, you know,
The real
spoilers.
spoiler is that I got 20 to 30 pages through the letter C, and then I went out of town for work on Sunday and forgot the book.
That's true.
So I have some notes, but not a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, as we bring up things to discuss, you can talk about it.
And then the things that I do have, as I said before the show, I just write down the entry, the page number, and like 1 or 2 words to refresh my memory when it's time to get to it. So I am going to.
Your notes are wildly incomplete.
I'm still going to do mine. And then when we get,
I'll read it. I'll read it for you.
I'll tell you the page number. You go there, and I'll just tell you the word, and be
that'll
like,
work.
figure out why I
That's
said
good.
it.
That's good.
Figure out why
we got
I
it all worked out. Everything's working out.
And we do have a guest that will eventually.
Is it Kathy?
Yeah, we can bring in our guest later, but for now, this
Callan Kromanchek?
this episode is that's the wrong thing. Today's episode of tWoTcast is brought to you by the letter C.
I mean, I feel like we need a Muppet or a puppet of some kind.
I mean, we can get like Dan or Ryan to hold up the companion, and I'll change the picture out in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Get them to do an audio to of D through Z.
Yeah. Just change it out every time.
You're gonna need 22 separate videos real quick.
Yeah, they've got nothing else to do. They don't have their own show.
So the
all?
joke idea that we've been doing so far is that our guest is representative of the letter.
That's not
So
really a
far,
joke idea.
we've been okay. This one's almost a stretch though, technically.
Well, it is his real name.
Yeah, I know, but most people know him as. Well, we'll get to that.
Oh, you're just gonna save it as a surprise?
It's a
Callan
surprise.
from-
Everyone knows. It's a Clint, our dungeon master.
Like, here's the
Trolloc
deal.
Talk. Most people know him as Trolloc Talk. They don't know.
We
him as
have a
Clint.
suit. I think most people know him as Clint the Dungeon Master.
You know what? Maybe I'm wrong.
Or Clintoris.
It depends on if you're talking about this specific show or the people that he talks to on Twitter.
Look, we have a big guest. He's a big star. He's got two wildly popular online personas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're one and the same.
No, they're two.
Yeah, but I mean, people know him as two different things.
Let me ask you guys an important question. Can you hear my dog annoyingly crunching her food
No.
right now? Okay, good.
No.
Good
I mean,
to know.
Madonna was famous, but we just know her as Madonna. Clint's like double famous. We know him as Trolloc Talk.
Oh,
and then
he
Clint
is double
Dungeon
famous.
Master. That's how fame works.
I
You
see.
have to keep stacking it up.
Interesting.
All right, so let's get into some letter C.
Let's not. Let's start from last week.
Oh, let's go back. Let's go back.
Yeah.
We're not going back. I will
Yeah,
not.
we are because
No,
our good friend
I'll leave right now.
Alan emailed me
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
follow-up from Alan Ramonchuk.
about blood knives, which feel free to have whatever joke you want about my penis. And his response was, pretty sure it's a Sanderson thing. It has the ring of elaborate magic. He doesn't have access to Jim's database anymore because he, quote, I won't, Jim's database of Jim's notes disappeared from my computer when I wiped it clean when leaving. So pretty much when Alan finishes a job, if you know what Amy means, Alan finishes a job.
I see what you're saying. He just
He's
was.
Then wipes it clean. Yeah.
I would have absolutely put that on a zip drive and taken that with me. That's just
Probably.
me.
That's what you and I would have done.
I mean,
That's what I do after sex too.
Yeah.
you
And
know
then
what?
it
In all
says-
seriousness, I would have done that also. But here's why. I mean, not only my own curiosity, and I want to have a hold of it for anytime I would want it. However, what if something happened? Do they have backups? Where is all this?
No,
information?
there's no backups. There's just one thing.
It's not
Yeah.
in a library in any sort of way.
You know what the entire backup in library is? The Wheel of Time Companion by Robert Jordan, Harriet
That's
McDougal, Alan Ramonchuk, and Maria
Already-
Simmons.
They already put it all out. It's over.
Yeah. Anyway, so Blood Knives is indeed a Sandersonian thing. And then on that note, by the way, he apparently, for some damn reason, and it's disturbing, Alan was watching us 2 nights ago, or listening to us, and says hello to everyone. And I wish that he had better things to do with his retirement than us.
What could be
we're
better
lovely people.
than viewing this show? It's a stupid thing to say. Let's start with a couple from me so you can get a flavor for my notes.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to page 141.
easily
Yeah.
done. Pretty early on. The C's.
Kafar.
Yes.
I wrote what and I did no punctuation.
Okay, Kafar, a pestilent creature created by Agenor, finding a nest of Kafar was very dangerous.
That's it?
Pestilent?
Pestilent. First off, there's no U. It's an
Pestilent?
I. Yeah.
Pestilent?
Yeah,
So
like
then-
pestilence.
So then on page
No, I get it.
165, I wrote chaos numbers of, and my note also says what, but it has 2 question marks. I don't know what my notes mean.
You remind me of
what was the other one, Tom? What page?
Numbers of Chaos. That was how they made the
165.
portal stones back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew much about that, so that's why I was extra confused.
There's only a couple reference to the idea of the numbers of chaos because it's something to do with pre-Age of Legends, because they existed before the Age of Legends. But your notes reminded me so much of during our drunken days of almost everything where I couldn't read my own writing, and I'm just like, Joe, it just says
I like this. Part of this
Yes.
process consists of the laying the lines that joined the worlds that might be. That's interesting.
Yeah, there was a bit of detail there. Where did that come from? Just Robert Jordan's notes, I'm assuming.
yeah.
I like the idea that the portal stones are based on like a chaotic nature and not just like mapped out. Like not like I guess I'm just gonna roll the dice and see where I end up, and then I'll be like, and that's what that stamp means or whatever later on, kind of thing.
It's definitely a planetary chakra.
It's very exploratory. I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. That's a really cool note.
Yeah.
I always assumed when he made the portal stones, he was just like, let's just make this rock thing in the ground. You can, but instead again,
Listen, I need to get them from point A to point B. There's just gonna be a rock thing in the ground.
Some more of that, more of my scintillating notes. Let's maybe do a couple of Jonas that make more sense.
Oh,
why Shizzle said maybe the stick bugs in the blight, and I'm assuming he's referring to the pestilent bugs.
I feel like I had a real reason I wrote that down.
Wait, was it bugs?
And you read the whole entry, and I still can't tell you what it was.
Pestilent creature, sorry.
Or pestilent, according to some dickhead named Joe. I would like to go.
I say things wrong, Jono.
I'd like to go all the way back to the first page.
Yeah, let's try to go in order.
Hold on a second. A type of dark crabs, and they spread like a disease from Beach. Beach has got some good comments.
I only did the jumping around just to give you an example. I have two different notes that say what, but one of them had 2 question marks.
Okay.
That's why I graduated cum laude.
Because you cum loud?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
There's a pestilence on that dick. That is a
At what point does Brendan Fraser sue us?
I hope never.
Honestly, I hope any day now. That would be the greatest way to end the show if he shut it down by suing us into oblivion. Like,
I mean, what would you do? You've used my clip too many times.
He would honestly probably eat the show. Oh, that was me.
So on the Brendan Fraser note, the other day, Shannon and I had no idea what the fuck to watch, and Airheads was on. Holy shit, Airheads! If you remember that, was an Adam Sandler.
I like how you say was on. Like I have not watched
HBO.
actual. Yeah, sure, but everything's on HBO.
Anyway,
you just flip through the channels like you're 72 years old.
That's what I'm saying, Tom.
Yeah. 69. Anyway,
sorry.
Airheads. Back to the point here. Steve Buscemi, Adam Sandler, Brendan Fraser, Joe Montana has like the weirdest fucking amazing cast. Ernie Hudson and Chris Farley share a scene. Ernie Hudson, Ghostbusters. Oh, by the way, Ghostbusters shirt. And Chris Farley, I would never have guessed ever we're on the same scene unless it was like a weird intervention. Amazing.
You said Joe Montana wrong.
Yeah, Montana.
You either said Joe Montana wrong or Joe Montana wrong, but
either way,
Montana.
It's
so
pestilent.
The fact that he makes a Montana joke later, like this was so formative to me.
Stop saying Montana.
It was amazing. I could not have been happier. It sounds like a Michael McKean.
Jono, what are you drinking? It looks delicious.
Tell us your first note that has to do with the goddamn book.
Nothing.
He said it was a tangent. That's something we should really say up front is we'll go off on tangents.
So the first note that I wrote down entirely was about Cad Soane on page 137. I just thought it would be interesting to talk about her Terran Grill, and I didn't write any of those down. And I don't remember what any of them are because I don't have the book.
Well, they're nice. They're conveniently numbered, so we can go. I can read.
I thought I would have it. But...
It was actually a fascinating and fucking awesome entry.
Jono, what did you want to talk about on the first page?
I mean, I can go straight to Cad Soane for now.
All right, let's do Cad Soane.
Start there.
Yeah. Is there anything in her little rundown before we get to the paralysis next that you want to discuss?
I just appreciate her entire bio being 100%. Cad Soane till the day she dies, pretty much. Like she's never not been herself, right? She's not.
Hello, M.R. Howley.
it's not like she changed, not like something happened really besides, meeting that Wilder was formative for her, but even before then she was still Cad's queen.
Mhm.
That just kind of reiterated it really. So I don't know.
I've always despised her, but then on a reread I was like, wait a minute, I don't hate her. And then on a third read I was like, okay, she's pretty cool. And then by a fourth time I'm like, all right, I was wrong and an idiot. And I was a young idiot like Rand. So now I understand.
I can still be 50-50 on her at times. Like there's just times where I'm like, just stop.
But I mean, the thing is,
for sure. I mean, there's instances.
There's things she says. It's weird because obviously when you're reading the book, especially if you're an adolescent male, which I used to be, now I'm an ancient old man. But like all you want is for Rand to succeed in anything. Like, you're excited when he takes over a country. You're excited when he takes over a nation. You're excited when he does whatever the fuck he wants. But then afterwards, you kind of look at it and like, man, he needs a lot of guidance. That was probably not the right thing for him to be just so strong on his own. And she comes in offering all that type of, like, she knows, like, difference between hard and strong, if you know what I mean. It's his penis, which, by the way, brittle, breaks off. Yeah.
Styles of Kung Fu. I think the most frustrating thing about her Terran Grill was there's a fair amount listed where we don't know what they do, and we just
there's two things. Yeah,
it's like, hey, the series is over. Just tell us what they do.
No,
yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, maybe it wasn't in the notes. So you're talking about number 9 and 10, a leaping fish that looked like a fat trout, use unknown, and then a carp. So she has 2 fish.
There's a lot of fish. You just channel into it and it'll get you off. That's all it is. Like it's just kind of like one anal, one vaginal.
A carp, use unknown, is my favorite. The other one, at least, is like, it looked like a fat trout.
Fat trout.
I kind of wish like they had done this book as if it was done by an author from the world.
Oh, like they do with this big white book?
So I would just want to know like who noticed that it looked like a fat trout.
Just loyal taking notes.
If we need more twat content, we can do the big white book. We haven't actually done it.
I just love the idea of like someone like getting awkwardly close to the back of her head and like looking at the things.
Hair smells funny. Yeah,
taking notes.
But the big white book is written from an author's perspective. So like having so imagine if this was like that. Like rumor has it her hair smelled like a dung fish too.
All right, Jono, you have this page open?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go say goodnight to my daughter. I'll be right back.
Good night, Kevin.
I'm very professional.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. On that note,
she's usually the special guest star. It's unprofessional of her not to come in.
It's true. So first off, the first one is the bird that looked like a shrike. That's an Angreal, which one of the things about Angreal that we see, but we don't really discuss is like, it's not very powerful. It steps her up to the top level of strength for a male. So like it's amazing that, Cad's Queen's a very powerful Aes Sedai, especially for after breaking, but she was nowhere close to Rand really, as far as like, one-on-one strength. She takes one small, not significant Angreal. She's right up there with him. I mean, that's pretty fucking crazy what those can do.
This hairnet is the best idea anyone's ever had.
I seriously, it's such an I hate the term OP, but like it's such an overpowered fucking thing that she's got like 30 different things going on, and like how it is such as information overload. Like imagine like the first couple weeks of wearing it, like if she walked around like Tarvalong where everyone's channeling, like,
What about the ones that point to people channeling or whatever?
Yeah.
She wears it in her hair. How does she see that?
What is her hair in the way? Like, right? Like does she have so maybe that's why she's got that elaborate bun.
Maybe she has some very serious bangs.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's one that points to like a man channeling, so she knows he's channeling. But like, if it's in your hair over here, like, does she feel it moving?
Yeah, I guess the answer has to be yes. But also, like, what's that look like when like you're talking to her and all of a sudden, like, it's like it's kind of rusty, and all of a sudden, just something in her hair just starts like turning. It's like, what's going on over there? It's like, nothing.
I thought that was an ornament in your hair, but it appears to be a live bird.
It's a shrike.
It's moving.
Yeah. So the second one, double crescent moons facing each other. That's something that functions like Matt's Foxhead medallion, although it doesn't distinguish between side in and side R. It flows around her disc.
Matt's?
Yeah, Matt's also was, I think, ambisexual.
Okay.
But again, what the fuck? I assume she got this from that Wilder in the middle of the Black Hills, who kind of taught her some lessons. But what the fuck? Like, there's no other Aes Sedai. She's like a walking fucking like fortress to a certain extent.
She's got like the 9 rings of power.
Yeah, all one. She must have been a.
She's the Mandarin. Do you want to go through every single one, or do you want to tell me another entry?
The third one is the well. I want to go through every single one because it makes no sense that she would ever have had the well, because why the fuck would you ever have needed the well? Like,
well, she's from a place where you would need a well.
I guess that's true. Other than that,
I actually have a note about a well for later, so we'll get to that next.
Did Lassie help you?
No.
The fourth 8-pointed star to detect the ability of a man to channel, not whether he is or not, just the ability.
And how does she know that?
I assume you eventually walk through enough crowds, and all of a sudden you start figuring it out.
So maybe she hairsprays her hair so strongly that any movement is like immediately detectable.
Real quick, hey, Trolloc Talk, we will let you on as soon as Joe comes back, because Joe has the ability to let people on or off. Or does Tom?
Joe has the power.
Yeah, Joe's got the power. Love that song. So you just sit there and listen to our inanity. Number 5, a bird that appears to be a swallow. Okay. It detects the use of side in or side R within 3 miles. Again,
that'd be going off all the live long day.
Yeah, do you take your hair down like in the middle of a Tarvalon or giant battle? Like, fuck this. But she's like purposely built for like Battle of Jacques. She's the epitome of it.
I just think it's odd. Again, all these things that can detect things, how is she aware of them working? I would think you would have to take it out and hold it up, and it floats in the air and points at the man channeling. Otherwise, how would you even know it's activated? Maybe
she gets her hair done every day around it, and so she knows if she feels here, like if that hair piece.
It's specific scalp points.
Yeah,
a weird thing to do.
6 is a 6-pointed star. Glad they made that the 6th one. When triggered, this terrain rail lays a thin armor against the skin. So would not only protect against the blow of a sword or knife, it dissipates the force of the blow of the entire body. So she's got the mithril body armor that Frodo gets from Bilbo, which is nice.
Yeah, she has magic body armor. She can't be channeled at.
Yeah,
she can tell if you're trying to channel. Like she can, if you cut her off from the source, she can still channel. Basic sort of like she can do anything.
I guess you just hang her, like you just kind of put a rope around her neck is really the only thing to do.
But then it would just be like hanging that person's entire body. It would be like getting
oh, you got rope over my stomach.
Because it would just disperse it throughout the whole body.
The 7th one is sleek fish with sharp fins. It enables the wearer to pull someone into an involuntary circle with her to guide the flows. That seems very specific. It's pretty much really a kind of quasi-Adam, which why that exists and why it is that they didn't create that on this side of well, I guess they didn't know how to replicate things, but there's a lot going on of insanity here.
I'm actually less impressed by her character now that I know all the things she was capable of doing.
Yeah.
Meaning what? She didn't do enough? Because I missed all the
Superman with all of her extra power.
That's kind of the impression that I got from that thing. I was like, she should be using this more. There's an important guest here, guys.
Who is it?
It's Clint, aka old friend of the show and our dungeon master.
All right.
Hey, Clint.
Phenomenal.
What's up?
Good luck flipping those pages.
I can't wait. Do not go in order. Make sure
this is the very back. Greatest thing I've ever seen.
This is something out of the Holy
We're doing this now.
Clint, isn't this what they do in the Monty Python, the Holy Grail? Like they just like randomly just have like some fucking like, yeah.
Anyway, guys, Clint's here, professional DM.
Something like that.
But also, hey, Clint, buddy, hey, how's it going?
Sorry, I'm a little late.
That's all right.
I had a lot to do today. It's been a busy day.
It seems like it would be very complicated to put all those flags on that book with those fingers, and would slow you down a little bit.
Well, yeah, these little flag things. Oh, look, I actually got one. Yeah, they were hard to apply.
What do you mean you actually got one?
You sounded shocked.
But
yeah,
this is the best. Anyway,
hey, I'm here to discuss substance. If you guys are,
all right. Let's move on.
Ayush says, "Hey, it's Clint's Claw."
Let's move on from
Hey, Clint Claw. Both starts with C.
She occupied like 15 minutes of a 1 hour and 15 minute podcast.
All right, no more.
Amazing character.
I mean, it was all.
Oh my gosh, her entry is gigantic.
Yeah.
Well, we don't really call it.
Rightfully
It's a vagina. It's a gigantic vagina, Joe.
All right. So what are we on now? What are we discussing now?
Well, I would like to discuss Cale Coplin on page 149.
All right.
Or Callie Coplin.
It's going to take me forever to get there
I think
in
it's
this condition.
Callie. Is it Callie?
That's all I wanted to say. Look how slow. Let's start discussing it while.
Oh, I'm there. I'm
Okay.
there.
Callie Coplin, of round heels from Emmons Field. As many merchant guards knew her birthmark as her face. Fael chased her away with a stick when she flirted with Perrin. So, I did not know what a round heels meant. A round heels, by the way, is an English term for a slut. And that was a term that made me really happy. And the fact that
Isn't it that like you can see her round heels like up in the air all the time?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
No, I'm being serious. I think that's
I
the
know
origin
you're
of the
being
term.
serious, and I love that
That's exactly what that is. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're like, by the way, Clint, you're always serious. So yeah,
yeah,
meant
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
So this is just some chick who gets nailed, presumably on her back all the time. Although, what if she wanted to jump on top? Not a term. And many merchant guards knew her birthmark as her face, which I assume her birthmark is either somewhere on her back or well below
It's
her.
just Dobie says power to the sluts. She's the Dark One's own cunt. I don't know if you knew that. We could have had her on. We could have had her on for the C.
You could easily see her round heels if she was doing reverse cowgirl. Like that would work, no problem.
It depends how tall she is, I guess. Right? Like if she's got long legs, they may be past you.
Really, just depends on where you're
How
standing.
tall would this person have to be?
Think about it. Danny DeVito. So short body.
And
And
Hope
it's some
Solo.
chick, yeah, some chick reverse cowgirl on him, and it's like those heels are back here, but he's got his hands. Yeah,
I would consider that a one-off and not necessarily something we need to account for.
I assume everything is Danny DeVito. I've been watching a lot of Sunny lately.
Every reverse cowgirl is Danny DeVito.
Around
Okay.
heels.
Yeah,
Danny DeVito is Jono's favorite round heels.
yeah.
I mean, here's my question: as many merchant guards knew her birthmark as knew her face, so I assume the birthmark's in a spot that most people don't see. Well, most people being.
Wait. I thought the birthmark was on her face.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. They just close their eyes. Only for a
Maybe.
moment.
Well, hold on. Maybe
What if
it's
it's in
on
a
her
place where
round
you can only-
heels.
Or it's on a place where you can only see if you're having sex with her.
I think it's on her round
Meaning,
heels.
as many people knew where that was as they knew what she looked like.
I don't understand how this is up debate. Obviously, it's where you only see her when you're fucking her.
All right,
Yeah.
so we need a much
Well,
expanded.
Tom said it's on her face.
We need a more. We need a more expanded.
Sluts are awesome, M.R. Halley. Yes, that's.
You've been watching
Sure.
Wet Hot American Summer. I like sluts.
I guess we've learned that she does more than just blowjobs too.
Yes.
She takes it a little further.
Yeah, unless
Oh,
of course that's just right in the middle of her hairline.
Listen, Jono, you know how we've constantly talked about the bloodlines in the Emmons Field? that's where it comes from.
Clint, do you want to give us
Bunch of round heels pumping out babies from merchant guards. You know what I mean?
I'm going to give us one of your blue flags. You can grab it.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I think my first one, all mine are inane.
There's no problem.
So on page 144, there's I think her name is Kyron, but I just saw there. I was like, dude, if you read this description, she's a total Karen. She's a total Karen. Noble woman who owned a fortress in the north end of Malden prior to the Shido invasion. Karen was a handsome, dignified widow in her middle years who had ruled Malden and everything for 20 miles around. She was made guy shame by the Shido, stayed behind in Malden to rebuild after the city had been routed by parents' armies. I'll bet she bitched about all these newcomers the entire time. She's like, this place is going to hell.
They are minorities, the DIEL, at least comparatively.
That seemed like a bad idea to stay behind. There were other armies approaching.
On the other hand, dignified. Not really a Karen thing.
I took it as like pretends and thinks that she's dignified.
Yes, yeah. That's up to interpretation.
Well, what I'm saying is that Karen is a total Karen.
Yeah, she called the police when the Shadow showed up the first time.
I'm sure she did.
Jono, we have a special entry that starts with the letters CU.
Oh, yeah? What page?
Well, just guess what the word is.
Come.
Close.
Cunt.
That's what I wanted you to say. But no, it's the Cutter of the Shadow. This is on
I've got Cutter of the Shadow in mind, which, by the way, Cutter of the Shadow sounds somehow sexual to me as well.
In the old tongue, Shadow.
Because everything sounds sexual to you.
Oh, it was the name. A lot of pussy to come.
Thank you. It was the name.
There you go.
The Latra Buffet. The Aes Sedai, who was the founder of the fateful Concord that prevented any woman from helping Luce Theron place the seals on the Dark One's prison.
Yeah.
The Hunter of the Shadows, as she calls herself.
Not my Malden.
Exactly. See, she's such a Karen.
Dovey.
Oh, Karen is such a Karen.
Who wants to go to page 159 to see my other reference?
I want to get all over your references
to a Terran Grill that's a well.
Go on.
It's not. It's Cottrell, and it's just a dead pregnant lady.
Yeah, I've got that one too.
Oh God, is this what we're gonna do every single time?
You're goddamn right, we are. Every time there's a dead pregnant lady, that's ours. Yeah.
Anytime we stop too long and get too serious about it, we got to bring some.
Oh yeah, we can't go over that long.
I mean, the whole reason I want to do is the silly entries.
Yeah,
a serving girl at the Nine Rings in Tremont. She dropped a lamp.
Above that.
Oh, Cottrell.
Yeah, Kim Cottrell.
Got pushed down a well.
An Ironmonger's daughter from
thrown down a well. There's a difference.
Whom David Hanlon murdered and threw down a well after she disclosed that he had impregnated her.
And she never made an audible cell phone call again.
It's
David Hanlon.
We all laugh because we're awful people. We're gonna go with that as point A. Point B is David Hanlon is exceptionally fucked up. Like, God,
he's the master rapist.
It's the worst.
No doubt.
If anyone deserved to join the ranks of like what the fucking the Forsaken did,
what's the Dark One's versions of the Heroes of the Horn?
Yeah, David Hanlon.
He's like right out at the lead.
He's just a real piece of human garbage.
I just reread
Weather Headaches Rape.
And I forgot what happened to Brigitte, and I was just like, God damn it. I hated him so much. I'm so sick of this guy. But I did want him to take those babies to Shia Ghul.
We all did. We all wanted that to happen. Because that would have taught fucking Elaine a lesson about, like, well, prophecy says
every other page, and it's like, oh, the babies will be fun.
Yeah. It's like, no, they won't. No, they won't. Well, guest of honor, what does Clint Professional have?
I found I'd totally forgotten about this from the books. I found the Chair of Remorse on page 163 to be very interesting.
Oh, yes.
Flipping to it.
Fewer sexual things going on than I would have thought.
Oh, that's a lot.
Pretty fucking cool.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, no, there was it's a big entry. I'm like, damn, there's all of this shit about the Chair of Remorse, and I don't remember it at all.
Chair of Remorse.
I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah. Also, what's weird about how like large the entry is it's never really used other than kind of being discussed briefly with the Black Ajah hunting stuff.
Yeah.
Never used. It's
So
never.
was all of this in this?
Noted that the thieves
all of this in the novels?
I assume the answer is
don't think
yes,
so.
because there's allusions all throughout about how there's very little crime in the city. There's allusions all throughout about how like they don't understand how to use the chair of remorse. They from a perspective of the Forsaken, etc. So I assume.
I mean,
like,
this is the full user's manual here. I mean, everything about the chair of remorse right here. Like I could build my own with everything they've written about this.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the last
what I find helpful is the instructions on how to construct it on the next page.
I like in appearance, it seems to be more of an inclined bench than a chair.
Willie Stickman says Hamlin and Hake were roommates in college. We all know about Hake rape. I mean, I don't know if everyone knows about it, but we all know.
We all know.
I mean,
like if you read the second last paragraph, the chair of remorse was in fact an entertainment device from the Age of Legends, employing a virtual reality tied straight into the brain. Like, while I said I could see the device drew on side R as much as someone sat on it, you know what I mean? I didn't know it drew on side M, what gave the scenario a grim, dark, and foreboding feel. Because but side in clean, next thing you know, you're making some cool porn.
So I know what it is. It's the metaverse.
Yeah, Robert Jordan's estate is just a giant owner of Facebook stock.
I like how it goes on to say like it had cartridges like video discs which carried various storylines.
Great. It's the Laserdisc metaverse.
Yeah, that's who owns all Laserdisc.
But they don't have any of those devices left, so it just contained a very large library of stories, the previous owner's library. Who had it last, and how much porn is on that device?
I like the idea that it's like all the like the stock music that comes on like the off-brand MP3 player, and just like these like MIDI files that you would never listen to.
It's like you remember.
Jay says used on Taylene in the prologue of Winter's Heart.
That's true.
Yeah,
I still don't think all this was in there, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, but
it does say that at the end. Yeah.
That's like where they started using it was during the Black Ajah hunt to find out who the fuck these people were.
Yeah. Right. That's the only time I think I know of it.
Yeah, well, it's throughout that entire part, but yeah, like that's really all used and discussed, other than kind of use like there's just a couple mentions of people don't do crime. Wait,
so you can actually implant a scenario. This thing is Inception. You could send an Aes Sedai to the Snowfort level.
Yeah, like they could have had so much weird stuff.
Oh my god, there's like this is like a whole series of novels right here. Brandon Sanderson would have written a whole separate series of novels if he put this in his. There'd be just like a whole other universe.
He must not
of
have
the
seen
chair.
the notes of these chairs.
You know what? That's an interesting question, because like we all know Sanderson loves to take like a known thing and twist it into a weird way. That would have been a fucking interesting. Like, there's a lot of jokes to make about Sanderson when he gets something in his hands, like his wife. But this would be a fun one. Like this, like I would be interested where he would deal with this.
I am, but also the books are there are the three that was once one that he took over.
Yeah.
They ended up being ginormous. Like he obviously has no. I mean, I'm sure he's better at his own books and being like, all right, I'll throw this idea away, or I'll keep this one, or I really want to expand upon this. But clearly, he had no ability to like cut something.
I would disagree.
I am with you. I'm with you on that. But I will say, Robert Jordan would not have done any better. It's not like Robert Jordan like had all these notes and everything.
Oh no,
he would concisely put it into one. Like so Sanderson blew it out to like 3. Jordan would have blew it out to like number 6.
I don't think so. Jordan had like literally joked about making the last one giant
cart,
book,
blah blah blah, and
which he said that not aware of what the fuck he was going to have to do because it's his notes that write it.
I'm aware.
Also, the fact that he was making that joke shows that he knew that there was more than was going to fit in a book.
Oh, it would have been the same size, I think.
Hey, Clint, do you need a nail file? Or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Watching you delicately push the page across with one nail is my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, you're wild.
I have found that using the claws like just by themselves is the best way. I mean, I can
what do you mean you found? How many? You're rogue.
I don't know. I just started this just now. I don't
know. You've always had those claws. I mean, like
I know, but this is the first time I've read a book.
Oh, okay.
No, that makes sense.
Jono, what's your?
Next?
I mean, I didn't read the Wheel of Time. I was there.
Okay, I was gonna throw to you, Jono, but all right, Clint. What's another one you got?
And I can jump in wherever you want if you've got
wait, I know. Hold on, I gotta find the.
The problem is we're jumping in past his notes.
I'm gonna go back and forth just to fuck with Clint.
Jono, you pick one.
Okay, wait. This is an inane thing.
Okay.
And I honestly kind of wonder if I got this from you guys and my memory's just deceiving me, but I'm pretty sure not.
Okay.
Chesmal Emery.
Yeah.
Chesmal.
So Chesmal Emery, I don't know where along the line I started developing this in my head, but as I was reading the books, and I don't know if it's because the name reminds me of someone I once knew or something like that, but I swear to God, after a pretty short time of seeing her in the books, every time I saw her name, for some reason in the back of my head, I would just hear fucking Chesmal Emery. And I don't know why, but it was always just fucking Chesmal Emery. She's like, you know that one person who everyone like in your friend group just knows is like that piece of shit.
Chesmal fucking Emery.
Yeah, see, everybody agrees. It's just fucking Chesmal Emery. I don't know why. That's not a joke of yours, right?
Possible. I don't know. We talked about her a lot. It's very possible.
I don't have a problem with that at all.
It's too deep cut for me to know for sure.
I'm pretty sure it's something that I just developed as I read the books. I'm not even sure. I mean, as I lived the whole thing.
That makes complete sense to me. As you lived the whole thing.
Chesmal was one of the worst of the Black Ajah that we see because she was there from the beginning with Leandrin's group and then becomes kind of the leader of it.
She's like a cockroach. She just never goes away.
Yeah, and she fucking apparently she doesn't fucking fuck off until the end with Elaine here, from healing Elaine of a wound inflicted by Doyle and Millar is kind of ironic. So she stays for at least 12 books, maybe even later. Which, so that's
fucking Chesmal Emery.
That's insane.
Fucking Chesmal Emery, man.
Fucking Chesmal Emery.
Fucking Chesmal Emery.
I didn't. I haven't looked at the strength chart in very long, but her strength level was 18 parentheses 6. What does that mean?
So, I forget what they are, but in essence, the lower the better, and then there's a plus thing. Like I don't remember the details.
It's like D&D stats.
Yeah, this makes D&D look. Also, I don't mind it. It's somewhere in here. But the fact that it's not on like page 1, 2, 3, 4, or 500 at the beginning is just kind of designed entertainingly. To you should look that up first, motherfucker. It's going to be in here somewhere.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is it under strength chart or chart comma strength?
Chart cum strength.
Oh, cum strength. That's what I meant to say. What did I say?
Comma.
You said
chameleon.
Cart strength.
Comma is what you put 3 times before chameleon, right?
Yeah, no, and then Bukama is of course one of Land's friends growing up.
It's actually 4 times.
Bukama, chameleon.
Yeah, see?
It sounds like 3.
To you. Well, to people who can't count.
I don't study my math, Clint. No one's ever told me to.
I noticed that.
God damn it!
What?
Let's go to page 154.
I can't wait.
A felon.
I hope it's the same note I have.
My claws are like actually tearing the edges of my pages.
All right.
Well, that can't be new for you.
It is, Tom. Apparently, this is the first book he's ever read, and we only made him read C. So,
did. I read through the T's as well.
I mean, the rest. Okay. The rest of
find myself in the book.
Right, I got you. Trolloc Talk, comma Clint.
Caressing the child.
Okay, that's not the one I had.
What was that?
A weave. So the actual thing, by the way, is a totally wonderful thing. Like a weave used by the Haiel to just wise ones to determine the health of a pregnant child and her fetus. While being used, weave also has the ability to cure minor problems.
There's nothing there's nothing interesting about the entry. It's just Jono wants to make
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the naming of certain weaves, but I also I mean they must have used that a lot on Elaine because she was constantly being a
I would think like daily, yeah, multiple times a day, right?
Yeah.
So you're on,
like,
150, you're on 154.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was caressing the child. It's okay. It's a weave. It's a weave.
Jono's like, it's not actually anything pedophilic. It's just a sex move.
I don't think that makes that better. I don't think you can just use a weave to caress a child.
It's just a weave.
It's just a weave.
It's still wrong.
Yeah. You know what got overturned?
Maybe you need to take a seat in the chair of remorse, John.
Yeah. You don't get a court order that you have to stay 200 yards away from an elementary school and then still be able to reach out with a weave and caress children. That's not how that works.
No, agreed.
Bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I wish the tower interfere. I could see.
It's a very healthy fetus you have there. What did I tell you about caressing the child?
When Jono moves, he has to knock on all his neighbors' doors and say he's a sex offender that's also able to channel. Make sure that they're all aware.
What are you doing? Caressing the child?
Just caressing the child. It's fine.
No, on page 154, did you see Carrie Andre, who was one of the people that created the male channeler pogrom?
Yeah.
Carrie Andre Tamalian.
Oh, wow.
A Gildenian Aes Sedai of the Red Aja and the Loyalist contingent with a strength level of 3523 in parentheses.
I never understood it.
I really need to learn this system, I swear.
But if you look at a lot of them, none of them seem to make sense next to each other.
Her complexion was quite pale. She cultivated a cool, reserved air, the sort of...
I'm getting a drink. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Skip it. Skip that. Just go to the...
No, why did you bring it up?
The male channeler pogrom.
Where is that?
It's actually pronounced program. They just misspelled it.
Oh, is that what it was?
Carrie Andre took part in the male channeler pogrom, sometimes called The Great Work, by very hardcore Reds. Why is that funny? But her enthusiasm waned quickly. It had seemed a great idea at first, but then she found herself killing men and even boys on suspicion. Increasingly, she hung back and did nothing she could avoid. She did as she was told, however. She was one of Matin Stepaneos's frequent escorts in the tower and also stood watch on Egwene.
I had this
murdering people and still in the tower, like later in the books.
Yeah, they were okay with it. It was a good old thumbs up plan here. I had this one highlighted and I was like, this is, I've got better dick jokes to make here almost. But there is a massive problem when you think about this, right?
No, pogrom.
Yeah, whenever you say the word pogrom, you're done, right? That's not a great thing to be just...
I thought it was probrum.
Yeah, probrum.
Well, now you're racist.
Yeah, you are. Come on, Joe. You piece of shit.
How's that racist? Also,
we can't explain it to you. That'll make us racist.
I know. I know there's a C.
But if there's anything that the Red Aja has a legitimate point to exist, there's no doubt. And what's funny is this isn't even the Black Aja fucking necessarily with them. They were just kind of well, I might as well kill these dudes. Am I right? They could be bad. They could be bad. And it's just fucked up. Speaking of fucked up, you want to go to page 171?
Can't wait.
Sure. What do we have here?
Funny.
That's funny that Clint did the top-down camera. I was thinking about doing that, but I've got too much junk going on.
Like you get drunk.
Also, there's no fun way of doing. Oh, he's back. There's no fun way of doing it because I don't have trollic claws.
When you say I've got too much junk going on, do you mean
I know you have too much junk in your Foot Locker?
What else would I be talking about?
Maybe your penis. It's got a weird head.
No, I got keyboard, notes, recorder, extra.
Like a flute?
All right, this is not interesting.
Yeah, anyway. So I want
to... Secret police, basically.
I don't think they're so secret.
Ayush. Yeah, I wouldn't call them secret.
They're just your normal... the funniest thing is they're the most prevalent Aja, too.
They should have at least worn camouflage Aja instead of...
They're wearing the wrong camouflage.
The most vibrant color possible.
No, but when they're menstruating, who knows?
We definitely know when the whites are, and probably the yellows.
Logically, I'm menstruating right now. That's why I'm
Not the
illogical.
blacks, maybe not the gray,
Yeah.
but yeah. Good
Digging
point.
that hole.
So page 171.
You're right about that.
Page 171. Choss holler. By the way, choss, just means shit. It's a pejorative epithet applied by Samuel to Rand because Rand grew up as a farm boy, probably referring to animal excrement. I love the probably referring to.
Yeah, the probably part. I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
For real.
So anyway, choss or chos, whatever the fuck.
It's choss.
Yeah.
Chode.
I said it's kind of like the Spanish Inquisition. You know, they exist and everything, but they still do the dirty shit. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that
Also
makes
like Tom at night.
But everybody expects the Red Aja.
M.R. Halley said more like the SS, and that's what I was actually going to say. So I kind of it is more fucked up. But they were murdering people. So
well, the Spanish Inquisition was too, but the SS
true. But I mean, you know, I don't know.
No one's good here.
Spanish Inquisition actually kind of matches.
I feel like there's probably a lot of good metaphors.
I thought you were about to say something like the Spanish Inquisition were actually kind of cool folks.
They were kind of okay.
Yeah, they were all right.
Yeah. Yay, Catholicism.
It was for religious causes.
I mean, I am Catholic.
They did it in the name of the god, so it must be okay.
Also, Mr. Stovey called us monsters, and I'm not really sure why. It could be any number of the things we just said.
Wait.
Yes.
Of course I am.
Yeah.
Oh.
Clint, let's go to one of your blue tabs.
All right. Wait, where'd he go? What's this page? Oh, I flipped over to your stupid page. Okay. Master Cole on 175. Just some old man who napped through the shearing. And I love how they just leave it as the shearing.
I love our favorite notes are like the random entries that are just like some guy.
I actually felt like I had to bring this up because of the kinds of entries that you guys were focusing on.
Is it a capital S or just regular?
No, it's lowercase. It's just the generic shearing, not like
a very old
shearing.
A very old Emmons Field man who napped during the shearing.
The shearing. And I think, yeah,
it's an Ed Sheeran reference.
I think it's the shearing in Emmons Field.
Yeah,
yeah,
that seems apparent.
Of course, he's very old. Where else would he have gone?
I'm mostly just still really stuck on the whole the shearing thing. I mean, we're clear that this is like the annual shearing of the sheep at Emmons Field. Is this like something that we all just presume? Or?
The Emmons Field Festival where they all get together once a year.
All right, well, funny to me, not to you, I suppose.
Right? Hey, Clint, I'm with you. On that note,
no, fuck off.
Wait, Clint, no. What were you gonna say, Jono? Go ahead.
I want to stick where Clint is, but go to the other side on page 174.
Did you just say you want to stick it where Clint is?
Go on.
I do. On page 174, there is a reference to you, my friend.
That is true.
Clint talk.
Why are you sighing? This is amazing.
Clint talk. Which
is super awesome. Why are you like, I hate it.
Is this a persona?
Clint Trolloc talk. Clint talk. Is that not?
Yes, a red arm in the band of the red hand after the golem attack in Camelin. He checked on Matt every hour. You're very attentive.
Very nurturing.
Yeah,
I like it. It's great.
If this were me,
it's a portmanteau.
If it was you,
I would have been less attentive.
You were attentive.
Fair enough, but we all know it's you. It's okay. You can admit it. That's fine.
It's all right. And then I want to go to page 176 for I will avoid the amazing other joke, but also just I find this very strange that it's
what page, Jono?
176.
176.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, hold on. Oh yeah. Okay, so 176. Different thing I was going to say. Colors.
Oh, yeah.
A phenomenon experienced by Rand, Matt, and Perrin when each of them thought of the colors. For the colors to appear in the mind of Matt or Perrin when thinking of Rand, They had to think of Rand the person, not quote unquote the Dragon Reborn or quote the Dragon Reborn unquote.
Ah, I never thought about that. True.
I'm fascinated by this.
What a weird caveat to that, actually, because I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
They had to think of Rand, not like the entity. So, like,
why? So, like, what's? Well, I guess the idea is that they think of him and not the entity that is the Dragon Reborn. But it's not like they've known another Dragon Reborn. Like in their memory.
No,
and,
but they have to think of him as a person, not as like.
Yeah, but why is that not synonymous? Is what I'm saying. Like, why is that like? Because is that just like show how wholesome and Emmons?
I have an idea for this. I think it's because they never truly think about him as like the Dragon Reborn.
That could be.
They just think of their friend. So if they think of the Dragon Reborn in their minds, it's like it's this thing. It's not him.
Concept.
Okay. Drap says Rand is just some guy. The dragon is a concept. So again, I get that.
He's copying me. He's copying me.
The Dragon Reborn is mentioned around them like
he's copying me.
Long day.
I agree.
I just fucking said that. I mean, that's what I said.
Yeah.
You would take Clint off. I don't know what the fuck that I don't know what he's talking about. No, but to a certain extent, like I get it, in that like when I think about like Joe and Tom, when I text tWoTcast the thread, it's all about dumb dicks jokes. It's all about like what the fuck we're gonna do.
It's all business, Joe.
But then when I think about tWoTcast, the actual show, like that's only a small subset of our text. Ironically,
professionalism.
Yeah. It's pretty ironic how little that
at
is.
its best,
and
I
it
would say.
explains a lot. So, like, I mean, we text each other about the dumbest, shit possible, right? Like, my wife, that stupid bitch. So, otherwise, I'd see colors.
You're just kind of doubling down on this. Maybe it's more to do with Rand the person being a Taviran and the connection with Matt and Perrin.
The Dragon Reborn is also a Taviran, so I'm not so sure.
Well, so meaning like they're connected to each other, but not because he's the Dragon Reborn.
Oh yeah, and the connection to Matt and Perrin.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah,
I'm there. I like it. I think it's a good point.
They're the three best friends that anyone could have.
Yeah, the three best
never,
friends
ever leave each other.
Except all the time.
Yeah, they actually leave
except all the time, except for the most majority of the books.
And we'll definitely leave each other.
Except for books 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Can you guys?
What you got next there?
Can you guys flip to page 162?
Sure, Tom.
Well, yes, sir, I can.
It's actually just for my information. There's an entry for somebody named Satalia.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just wrote French leave, and I wrote 2 question marks, and I don't know why I wrote that note, and I don't know what French leave is.
French
leave? Oh, yeah.
That's
I saw that too. Yes. I had this, again, God, you're dumb. I hate you, Tom, because you and I have the same fucking notes. In that, like, there is in no way of reference. So it's Satalia Delarme. Satalia Delarme.
Oh, Delarme.
That doesn't sound French at all.
No, well, who said it was French? Just Tom's note? He obviously didn't read it right.
And what
he didn't study his math.
It's Italian.
French and Italian is the math.
The Trolloc hand grab the fucking beer. The Trolloc hand grab the beers.
I say, I love how when I grab the beer, it's like.
Yep. The virtually drinking of Clint's beer is awesome. M.R. Howley.
Also, you're drinking that beer slow as shit, you fucking Trolloc bitch.
Anyway, French leave.
He's our guest.
Someone explain this to me.
Oh, anyway,
okay, sorry.
I assume French leave is.
Well, just read the entry. Joe.
All right. When Swan returned from an unauthorized expedition to the Borderlands, Satalia made sure Swan regretted very much taking French leave. So this is going to be from New Spring, right? If you remember, Swan went to New Spring and she was not supposed to. I bet
she went to New Spring.
Yeah, she was the eyes and ears. Oh, thank God damn.
Do you think French leave is when she goes to that portrait?
Have we Googled French leave?
So if I go somewhere without permission, that's called French leave?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I have heard that term.
Yeah.
I was going to Google it, but I figured I'd save it for the show.
I think that's exactly what that is. Like unexpected, like uncondoned, unasked for. Let's go with French leave.
Other than that, she was just a random Aes Sedai, but I love the last part is like
an unauthorized or unannounced departure, absence without permission.
I thought that was the Irish goodbye.
No, that's the other one's vacation.
Irish goodbye.
So yes, Tom, you fucking nailed it. Guilty.
We all just stopped to drink after we said Irish goodbye. What if we just ended the stream?
We should have just ended the stream. We fucked it up.
Damn it!
If you see this go like this, and then I just cut out, that is.
I mean, Clint knows all about the Irish goodbye.
Mm.
Clint, you got a lot of blue notes there. You want to bring something up?
You know, I'm gonna do it. Hold on.
All right, you look for one, Jono. You go next.
156, Dealda Carradine. This is, interestingly, the only Carradine in the entire page of Carradines. She's at the bottom. Jacob Carradine's youngest sister, she was taken from her bridal fest by a Myrddraal to punish Carradine for...
Yeah!
This...
I had that note, too.
As a Trolloc, I approve.
It's a Myrddraal,
I mean,
first off.
All right, Clint the Trolloc.
Friends.
Overseers or friends?
Yeah.
Are you really friends with your boss?
Sometimes a middle manager who might take you out and buy you drinks.
Yeah, Steve the Trolloc is a great guy.
So this
no Myrddraal Dan.
Can we talk about how
great guy?
Myrddraal Dan's a great guy. We talk about how fucking funny this really is, and also miserably tragic for the actual people involved. But like, Carradine wasn't delivering quick enough, even though, in fairness to him, that was an impossible ask. And so every member of his family was eventually visited by Myrddraal. But can you imagine going to this wedding, right? I've been to, with the exception of Clint, all three of us, my own included, your weddings. Can you imagine just a Myrddraal showing up and just carting off your fucking bride?
So Myrddraal's also part-time as Wedding Crashers. That's the sequel.
After you've already spent...
I like the implication that that's a job.
Wedding Crashers 2 just takes place in the Wheel of Time, and it's Owen Wilson is a Myrddraal.
Tom, I'm sitting here giving that shitty speech again at your wedding. You're welcome, by the way.
Vince Vaughn's like a big Trolloc. He's like, "What do you think holds my hair up, Slick?" And then they just go steal brides, only named Carradine.
Just cart it off.
Once you do work, nothing else will work.
Oh man!
He finished it by a question mark, as in, "Is this a horrible joke?"
No.
And it is, but I also love it.
The question mark is what makes it work.
I like that so much more than I feel like I should.
I know. I'm really upset that I like it.
I love it.
Nah.
It's so great.
It's very dark.
I'm totally gonna use that, man.
We've done a lot of jokes. Is there a serious one you guys want to talk about?
I have. Okay, so I have one. Just in case, I don't know what you guys covered before I got on here or anything, but I think it's time to go to 173, the cleansing.
Oh, okay.
And here's why I'm upset. It is referred to as the cleansing, and that's it. It is not referred to as the cleansing as the cleansing of the taint, which is what it should be called.
The C is lowercase.
First of all, lowercase. Second of all, not the cleansing of the taint. Everybody knows it as the cleansing of the taint. They knew that when they wrote this book. They're just trying to defer off of it, which is stupid. Because what's the first thing it says?
Yeah, just embrace
the removal of the taint. Yeah,
it's fine.
Missed opportunity.
The removal of the taint.
I mean, that's even worse than cleaning it.
It's an odd surgery to have.
It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Unless you've got some type of cancer.
Does that mean you've actually joined each end of it? Now it's just one contiguous.
Oh,
I wouldn't think so.
Oh God! Oh God! It's right.
MR Halley's just coming in with a super deep cut Wedding Crashers joke.
Erroneous.
Just Vince Vaughn dressed as
very
a
deep cut.
Erroneous on all counts. Yeah, the removal of the taint. I mean, that's when they move your asshole straight to your balls.
That's what. Yeah, it's contiguous now. Now it's just like one
moment in time.
It's just that didn't work at all, and it was fucking hilarious.
No.
Maybe I had too many drinks.
I would like to discuss the Choden Cow on page 170.
All right, we got to do a few more because we're up against it.
Hey, the Choden Cow. There's no joke to be made about chodes or anything. Choden Cow are still just the fucking coolest thing in the entire series to me. Like they are, like ever since they were introduced in book 2 with Rand, ever since like that happened. That fucking scene where Rand has it, I think it's in book 4, maybe in 5, where he's coming back and Lanfear's all of a sudden, like she's seen it. Like they are just so, like it gives her this like weird, just, you know, wet pussy going on for him for the next little bit. Mm-hmm. They are so fucking massively powerful, but at the same time, with the exception, small exception, of cleansing the source, they don't do much at all. Which is fascinating.
Whoa. What's everyone's favorite part of the Choden Cal? Mine is the mass suicide.
The name.
I got mass suicide. Jono's got name. Joe, what's your favorite part?
Honestly, I actually, on a serious note, I love them chasing down like access keys when they start to not have enough of them, and like when Rand finds more, he's like, "Oh, I got more."
It's like it's like great. A super cool D&D adventure. There's no doubt.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's like this big, like massive thing.
Like best MacGuffins in the entire series.
Yeah.
They are. They're the best MacGuffins. Like, exactly.
I also like the idea that they weren't used. You know, like so, like no one had really like unleashed their power, so to speak, yet. So you're just like, holy shit!
It's and like, we went too big.
Some of the Chosen have concerning them. They're like, don't go near that thing. It's too powerful.
We went way too big on this.
You're one of the Forsaken.
Yeah, and not only that, like it's the same thing in the fucking Age of Legends too, right? Like they were.
Yeah.
That was kind of a lot of Pussy to Come's idea almost. Maybe not her idea, but kind of like this would be good, and then also like that was lost, and they're like, well, let's not talk about that. Let's just hope that no one realizes what the fuck they found here. And like it's just a fucking
like Rand constantly coming up with like his weird hiding places for the keys and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
I want to change my answer to favorite part of the Choden Cal to what Drab put in the chat, that just big pocket, because I forgot how silly it is that Rand's walking around.
Excellent.
That is a great part of the Choden Cal.
Made just to hold a giant statue. Fucking ridiculous.
He just went to Andrew and was like, "Can you get me a leather pouch specifically cut
for this giant
weapon to carry?"
Honestly, I would love to know what happens if like the weakest fucking channel, like if fucking what's her name, Morgaze, got a hold of the Choden Cal because buffing, right? Like, what happens if she gets one? Like
she can barely embrace the source. At least
I don't know. I feel like the books answer this question, but the access keys, do they like buffer you from it?
Yeah, they buffer everything. Buffers.
So like, it seems like that'd be kind of an awesome thing for like.
Here's
the
deal.
Super low
Chat's
level
gonna start answering this question and just ignore it and pretend you can't read it and keep saying wrong things.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going with wrong answers.
So page 185. I want to discuss something that Tom brought up one time that was relevant and therefore I fucking hate it. The Court of the Sun. Tom, you brought up in a previous podcast called Last Week. The Court of the Sun is a fourth age court where Suleiman Sobagad, who wrote some book called The Wheel of Time, was chief historian. Again, Tom, you brought it up because we're too dumb to read,
maybe this goes back to that thing that I've been wondering about the whole time, why people think the fourth age is our age. And if Suleiman Sobagad wrote The Wheel of Time, and we all know Robert Jordan wrote The Wheel of Time, then that means we are in the fourth age.
Well, what's
theoretically, but also, what's the Court of the Sun? Because that doesn't exist. Does that mean Robert Jordan found these books buried somewhere and was like, I'm just going to pretend this is mine?
Or maybe it's not.
This is super cool.
I think we all know that Robert Jordan's not his real name.
His real name is Suleiman Sobagad.
Figure that out. That's
Court of the Sun
of some kind, is it?
What you got for the Court of the Sun joke, Tom?
I don't have anything.
You piece of shit.
You son of a bitch.
What happened? What happened? What happened?
158, Jono, you're jumping us all around. Clint, you got something else?
It's more
I
fun.
know you're drinking your beer.
Yep, I
do.
Because it's going up towards your mouth.
I do have something else.
All right.
Okay. Am I up?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Let's take a few from Clint, since he was the guest and he came in late. We're getting near the end.
Oh, god damn it, fine.
My favorite thing about tWoTcast is Tom starting to get ornery about ending. It's so funny.
It is. It's kind of adorable.
It is adorable because when we played D&D together, Tom does it over text message. But then when I guest on, he's just like open about it. He's like, "Fuck you, we gotta get off the bed."
Shut up.
All right, page 141. 141.
All right, 141. Go ahead.
Speaking of our game, this sounds like something we need to use in the future. The Kafar, a pestilent creature created by Agonor. Yeah, finding a nest of Kafar.
That's funny.
Is very dangerous.
We discussed this in detail earlier, Clint.
Did you? Well, then fine. Yeah. Fuck off. I'll do another one. All right. So, 188.
I love that.
Curran, a building material from the Age of Legends that was made for spotless white, gleaming, sleek, and sterile environments. I'm going to go ahead and retrocon this. The room where you guys fought the big mama bear Trolloc, totally covered in this shit right here. This is like
what page is that on?
188.
Oh, 188.
So it's probably
Curran.
Quaron, yeah, halfway down, or 2/3 of the way down. Yeah, it's come.
Yeah, it's come.
It's like if it were a building material for sterile environments.
Well,
I mean, what do you think? What do you think the mortar in that room was?
Yeah, we already said that. We said it.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right.
What do you think? What do you think the tiles were crafted out of?
Yeah. Well, now we know.
Come.
I use cum for grout all over my house.
You cheap bastard.
It's really.
I think we've covered all of mine.
You take a shower, your whole thing just collapses. What happened? You're holding the tiles together with gum. Also, aren't the tiles made of gum? What are you doing?
The water only turns off for 30 seconds.
You can't seal tiles with tiles. And all the tiles just start having baby tiles. You're like, what's happening?
I also, I'm jumping around. 168.
Okay.
Chet.
Okay.
Oh, one page off.
Chet. An old man that Matt met in Low Camden Tavern, long face with dapple silvered stubble, unable to cover the quick, angry-looking scar on his cheek. Chet wore tattered clothing that appeared vaguely military. He told Matt who was there incognito. Rumors were circulating about that band. What bothers me is anybody named with the name Chet.
Yeah, can you trust anyone?
The description of his clothes should probably have had pop collar. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I don't disagree.
When you described his clothes, I actually immediately thought of Charlie from Sunny when he dressed like a Vietnam vet in the strip club.
That's funny because
Well,
I thought of Weird Science.
Yeah.
And he wore camouflage a lot, so that kind of tracks.
Honestly, maybe that's where RJ took it from.
Oh, it's Sunny?
No, Weird Science.
Oh,
I think Chet was in
The
Sanderson.
big giant turd.
yeah, it's
that's
definitely
true.
Sanderson thing.
It is a Sanderson thing.
Let's go to page 157 through 158.
Wait, I keep mishearing the page numbers. What page?
157.
158.
158.
157, 158.
This one,
Wait.
Which
Okay.
one?
Catalan Haven, the person.
Okay.
It goes from one to the other. He's covering both.
Yeah. So Catalan Haven,
Mhm.
who is a young Andorran, high seat of House Haven, which is interesting. At the top of 158, Caitlin started showing respect, but a certain amount of wariness towards Dylan, who we, of course, all know Dylan, after she began sharing a bed with her and Sergei's. So, back to the beginning. Caitlin was born in 985. This happens around 1000. So she's 15.
Consenting adult.
I will reread. She started showing respect, but a certain amount of wariness around Dylan, a mid-30 or 40-year-old woman, after she began sharing a bed with her and Sergei's.
You think Dylan's mid-30s or 40s?
She's 40. What age
Does
is
it
she?
say? Well, I'm
She's
skipping
older,
ahead to
yeah.
D's.
This
I'm
was like
skipping
a
to the D's.
stately 58.
Skipping to the D's.
Dylan? Really?
Dylan is...
Fuck y'all. I'm skipping to the
I
D's.
guess we'll know when we get to the
Dylan.
D's time, am I right? You know? Gotta get to that D.
It
Why don't we
doesn't
get to the
say.
end of the C's and see if they say anything about
It doesn't
color?
say. Look, dude, Trolloc hands and all, right to the page. And
you're not
doesn't
wrong. You're not wrong. I'm there with you. Either way, not a good thing that the answer is started showing respect after being sharing a bed with her.
I mean, the real answer.
Why is that not a good thing? She's a consenting adult.
Yeah, well, the real answer is even the
15?
nobles had to share beds while they were
Fantasy
staying in the
world.
palace while it was under siege because there were not enough rooms for everybody. But then it ruins your sexy molester lesbian joke.
You piece of shit. Oh, what do you got next? Huh?
I don't know. What else you got?
All right, well, hold on. Let's see what I got.
Okay.
John was like, I'm not going to stop.
Yeah, I'm not done here. Oh, page 176.
Wait, Ayush says, I thought Dalen is like mid-40s. She always described as elegant, the kind of graying hair and stuff.
There was the
I'm with
graying
him.
hair. That's what
I
I
agree with
yeah,
Ayush.
yeah, I was thinking like late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah, older
Yeah.
than more gays, but not by a lot.
Yeah, but not by a lot, yeah. All right.
But fit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, real tight. Oh, never mind.
Wait, she's the same age as Morgaze, right? That I think I kind of agree with
Maybe.
that.
We're very close to the same age,
Yeah.
yes.
Anyway,
that's
John,
bluff.
what do you have? next?
M.R. Howley's just like bluffing that. He's just like saying it. There's no.
Lamar Howley knows more shit than I'll be honest.
M.R. Howley's like, I'm just going to go for it. They're the same
You
age,
did
right?
say right?
It's just
There's
shit.
nothing worse than being in charge, like one of 3 people in charge of a podcast for shit that I don't remember anything about anymore because I'm drunk all the time. Anyway, on that note, let's talk about Joe's friend on the bottom of page 176. Come.
You just come on.
I was wondering. I assumed you guys covered this before I got on the show.
Oh, you mean the young urchin in tear?
Yeah. Come.
Along with his friend Donnie, talked to Rand about steam wagons.
Donnie.
Wagons, my lord.
They have names?
Donnie.
This is the greatest thing I've ever... Their names
Donnie
are
love
Donnie
bowling.
and Cum?
Joe, it turns out you made
I'm
it
skipping ahead again, man. I want to see. I'm skipping ahead. Hold on.
Steam wagons, me lord.
Yes.
Rand gave each of them a gold coin and looked after them with a miserable expression, indicating that she had seen something sad in their future, right? Okay.
Wait. So
Yeah,
there's
they
Donnie,
died.
and there's also apparently Don Gel. I'm on
Oh,
the D's.
Donnie and Cum.
Don't
Yeah,
go to the
That's the
D's.
best. I had no idea that those little steam wagon kids that I gave a voice to so many years ago.
The entry for Donnie is exactly the same. It doesn't
Had
even say
actual
Donnie
names.
Love Bowling. Yeah. It should say Donnie Love Bowling. Whatever.
Donnie and Cum are it's the best band ever.
It's kind of my favorite thing I've ever.
It's
I've
Hall
ever-
and Oates, but awesome.
I
Yeah.
think that's
Hall-
the
I
one.
mean, Hollis
Yeah, I think that's guys. I think that's tWoTcast for this week. we just did an entry on cum. It was legitimately in the book.
They already covered Cum with steam wagons.
Don't you mean covered steam wagons with cum?
No.
No.
I mean cum covered steam wagons. That's how they got out west. If you have comments or questions, leave them below.
Did you just say if you have comments?
Yeah.
Merch!
If you have comments, come on them below. We'll respond to them.
Come on them below.
Listen,
Come on them and blow.
I saw every email where we got every comment from last week's show, and I responded to every last one of them. Don't check that.
You did.
Yes. You can listen to the audio version of the show wherever you get podcasts.
That's true. Why are you saying that with a question mark?
I don't know, it seems like we're behind again.
It's got a question mark here on the thing, man.
Yeah, so
Oh.
my script.
I stand corrected.
Like,
I mean, theme songs are brought to you by Taffy Bennington. I think we all know that. Frequent
Yeah, sure.
guest, best friend. And Andrew the Bard of Time.
Nichols.
Links to all of their stuff is also on the show.
Tom.
Did you say Nichols
You're
or
good.
Pickles?
Pickles. He put a new song.
Oh,
out
that
about
pickle song, that was great. Did you see that pickle song?
Yeah, it was incredible.
It was
I
amazing.
did.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Shit.
Andrew and Taffy just got talking, and then Andrew,
Yeah.
of course, just wrote a song out of nowhere. It's all about pickles.
Now the two of them are talking
suggestion to write about pickles.
Yeah, and making reactionary videos to each other's comments. Like, this is going to be the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Oh man, I gotta get on this. There's been COVID in my household. I gotta get back on.
They were having
back
some
into
fun.
the world.
Yeah,
COVID.
Yeah, dude.
No,
human stock.
X?
Human stock.
Wait, human stock that you used to. Never mind.
Yes.
Thank you to our guest. See us for Clint.
Oh, God. Did we get to Clint talk? I forget.
Yeah.
We did.
What? Seriously?
I do a lot, man.
Yeah, we covered that, Jono.
Yeah. Sorry, it's a little bit late. Super happy to have been here. I think when we play D&D again, I'm going to put a rolling tray with dice.
Oh, that'll be fun. You're rolling with your trolley cans.
I do love it. Very
the more trolley cans I get on the show, the happier I'll be.
The more trolley cans you get in real life, the happier you will be.
I mean, the more trolley hand jobs I get in real life.
Any plugs, Clint? How to Cook Man?
No, I don't do anything else. This is
yet. Maybe you will.
Oh yeah, I
follow.
I'm looking. I'm not
talk on Twitter at Trollic Talk.
Yeah, I'm looking to find new contentment with new content. So, if anyone has any ideas of content that will make me content, that would be.
Well, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Season 2. Next episode for more Wheel of Time covering the companion. Let's see what we can find in D. Is what you wrote.
The more I can do to fuck you up, the better.
Let's see what we can find in D. Everybody.
Wait, we actually know who our guest is next week.
Oh,
who is it?
Wait,
it's Brother Dan from The Way of the Leaf.
Brother Dan.
Oh, Brother Dan.
Also,
if I had my druthers.
Maybe also Daniel from Black Tower. I don't know. We might have both.
Oh wait, you guys should have all the Dans.
We might have 2 Ds. I don't know.
Oh, I got 2 Ds.
Wait, have you seen that guy on Reddit?
Apparently, what we found in D was 2.
That 2D guy is on Reddit. Seriously, I'm serious. The guy.
Is that your plug? We already asked you for your plugs. You plugging the 2D guy?
I got nothing else. What? I'm on Twitter. Trollic Talk.
Yeah, we talked about it. His link to Trollic Talk's Twitter is below.
Sweet. I should tweet.
Oh my God! Say goodnight, Jono.
Good night, Jono.
Joe.
Keep the change, you filthy animals.
Tom, study your math.
Roll for initiative.
Among the first to start, the tWoTcast was so smart to lovingly bash our favorite books. But that was long ago, and now they've grown the show, and now they got us in their hooks. Don't throw coins to these bastards, they need bars of gold at least. Someone please keep them afloat. Now let's listen as they once again ramble through a book. Let's get the fucking quote. One of them is Tom, but he is barely on. Sometimes he calls into the show. Another one is Jono. Is he their joker? Oh no. And Joe, is he the stupid one? Welcome to the tWoTcast. We will share our love for books and all our hate in every episode. We'll entertain you, make you laugh so hard you barely can stand up. That is the tWoTcast code.
Ugh.